I'm the dude. So that's what you call me.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah, not since I was 10.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Come on to the coast. We get together, have a few laughs.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Can I return it if it doesn't fit?
It always fits. Eventually.
Welcome back to Movie Mingle. I'm Caveman.
And I'm Maggie.
And today we are on episode 14, and we both watched for the first time the film The Apartment.
Oh, the first time for you. I'd seen it before.
Well, that's right.
Yes. But I was a teenager when I saw it, so it's been a very
long
time since I've seen this movie.
Well, it was my first time. Finally got to watch another Billy Wilder movie. Director of Some Like It Hot, that we did a special edition, or we had a bonus episode for in the summer of 2023.
Mm-hmm. It's been a minute.
It's been 2024. That's right. We didn't start this podcast in 23. Anyway, Billy Wilder, acclaimed, famous director from even before he did American films in the early 30s. In the 20s, he was a screenwriter for German films. Moved to Berlin to become a screenwriter. He did that for a little bit, and then, Hitler decided to come to power.
That crazy Hitler.
Billy Wilder, being from Jewish descent, he figured out that he should get out of there sooner rather than later. And in 1933, moved to Paris, and then from there, the U.S. Mm-hmm. He was able to break into American films thanks to his friend Peter Lorre. They shared an apartment together. He is known for movies like Double Indemnity. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy word for me to say. A Foreign Affair, Sunset Boulevard, Sabrina, The 7-Year Itch, Witness for the Prosecution are just a few of the many, many, many films that he did. I'm never disappointed every time I watch one of his movies.
Oh, no, they're always just charming as hell. He was such a good writer and director. He wrote such casual but fun dialogue. Like, all of his stories are incredibly clever. He was a fantastic filmmaker and storyteller, and I'm really glad that we got him and we get to witness his stories still, that we still get to enjoy his work. I think that's great.
Yeah. The Apartment was written by I.A.L. Diamond. He also wrote Some Like It Hot with Billy Wilder, and he's done other films like Love in the Afternoon, Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. He won an Oscar for the script to The Apartment. Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert.
That's his, I know, getting ahead, but it's his one and only Oscar, but and it was for The Apartment.
Well, couldn't have picked a better movie.
Music was by Adolf Deutsch, which, that's a name.
That's a name.
Born in London, which is funny. Has 3 Oscars for scoring Annie, Get Your Gun from 1951, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers from 1955, and he also scored Oklahoma.
Where the Wind Comes, Sweeping Down the Plains.
Cinematography was from Joseph Lachelle.
Oh, what a beautifully filmed film this is.
This is absolute
gorgeousness.
The look of it.
The way that the camera is staged in the apartment, so you get this sort of like grand view of the space. The apartment itself is its own character, as much where they would place the camera to open up as much as they could of the rooms around them.
Yeah,
so beautiful. Oh God, and then all the people at the desks. Oh, the cinematography is genius in this film.
Yeah, he had 76 projects from the early 40s to 1969. He was nominated 9 times and won an Oscar for his film Laura from 1945. Also known for a film called Marty from 1955, which was nominated for 8 Oscars and won 4. Unfortunately, it didn't win the cinematography, but it did win for Best Picture, and also gave Ernest Borgnine his one and only Oscar.
Oh, Ernest Borgnine.
He's also known for How the West Was Won, which itself won 3 Oscars, but again, not for cinematography. Rotten Tomatoes has The Apartment at a 93% from critics.
It is a beloved
classic. It's a
classic.
great movie. Yeah. And, well, that's the thing with classics. Everybody's just like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, well.
But when it actually is great.
Yes. It's nice when you agree with the critics. It's not when they're like, this movie's a classic, and you're like, the movie sucks. But, or vice versa. It's usually the case.
94 from audiences. Mm-hmm. Letterboxd has it at a 4.4. Metascore of 94.
Wow.
And bringing everybody down like usual. An 8.3 on IMDb. It's always between IMDb or Metascore. You can always count on one of them.
8.3. That's high
and it still
for IMDb.
brings the average to a 90.
That's one of our higher films that we've had in a while. I don't know how much of the modern generation, how much of the younger kids are watching the old classics. I would like to, in part.
Probably as much as the older generation thinks I probably don't watch the classics either.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I don't know.
And there's plenty, of course, that I haven't seen that I have conversations at work with people who are.
Oh yeah, people that are like, how have you not seen this? And you're like, I
have some coworkers who are between 50 and 70,
Yeah.
and of course, there's movies that come up, and I was just like, no, I've never heard of that, but
I'm just saying, like,
but I'm not like I don't want to watch it because it's old. Like,
oh no,
I
don't know how many 20-somethings know about The Apartment, and I would hope that. If
20-somethings who love film.
that is true.
That's how you start.
Yeah. Well,
you start. It all starts from curiosity because a lot of our kids
in my
don't
case, it
care
started
about,
with my dad sitting me down and saying, "Watch this."
Our kids don't care about older films.
No, but sometimes we make them sit down and we say, "Watch this," and
I mean,
or at least we try.
When I took my son to Jaws in the local theater,
yeah,
that was a really fun time, and it was a 4K remake in 3D. So
I feel like a movie like this incredibly charming, really funny, very witty, very ahead of its time, will kind of get lost a little bit in history to everyone but film nerds, when this wonderful story sort of deserves to be well known. They maybe one day they'll remake it with Zendaya and Tom Holland, and everybody will understand it.
That's the thing. We can't catering to a younger generation by just remaking it instead of just making them watch the original.
Making them watch the original, which is so good with such a charming and adorable cast.
And that's what I love. Sometimes in your mind you might have like a stigma already placed there that says old films aren't as good as newer films. And then when you watch a really well put together
black and white film.
There's a lot of movies that were made during the Hays Code that aren't good because they were just so forced to not make a good movie because all the stuff that they weren't allowed to do was kind of like...
Yeah, how do you make a sexy, dark movie without sex or darkness?
And
right?
Sometimes I just want to show a different culture and you weren't even allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But then there were also some really creative films that came out of the Hays Code because they had to get around that sort of stuff. Because any filmmaker who's pushed into a corner is going to figure his way out of it.
Yeah.
And it usually ends up being
something memorable.
Something that you talk about 70 years later.
For good or bad, something memorable. Yeah. Was this a Hays Code movie? No, this couldn't have been.
This is too late for Hays.
I was going to say, this is very suggestive.
Yes.
It's incredible. I mean, for 1960... it's an incredibly suggestive film.
The Apartment was made for $3 million, which is just under $33 million today. So still would be
pretty small,
considered
budget
a small film.
I mean, your main set is, they spend most of the time in the apartment.
They did.
Yeah, there's very, very little. I mean, there's plenty of stuff at the office, but I'm just saying there's plenty of stuff outside.
I mean, it's between the office and... Well, it's that whole street that they dressed outside of him.
Yeah, because he's got to hide.
He's got to hide,
and the hallways and the neighbors.
Sleeping on benches. And
which they actually did film in Central Park, and Jack Lemmon did get a cold from
of course
filming
he did.
that scene. Yeah,
committed. It made $18.6 million domestically, and $184,000 internationally.
Good for 1960.
Yeah, I would say that's $210 million today.
Okay.
So a $33 million film today getting 210.
Yeah, that's
a
hook. I mean, that's number one at the box office.
But then on top of that, on top of just making money, it also was nominated for 10 Oscars.
Wow.
And it won 5 of them.
Good for them.
It won for Best Editing, Best Art Direction / set design.
Oh, absolutely.
For a black and white film, since they separated that back then. Best Original Screenplay, Best Director, And, of course, The Apartment won Best Picture. It was nominated...
Clapping, well done all around.
The 5 categories it was nominated for but didn't win were for Best Sound. That went to the movie The Alamo.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It was nominated for Black and White Cinematography. But that went to Sons and Lovers, which I'm not familiar with.
Nope.
Jack Crucian, Shirley MacLaine, and Jack Lemmon were all nominated for Best Supporting Actor, Lead Actress, and Lead Actor, respectively. However, those wins went to Peter Ustinov for Spartacus, Elizabeth Taylor for Butterfield 8, and Burt Lancaster won Best Actor for Elmer Gantry.
Okay.
There were also some serious films that year all around that were nominated. The other 4 that were nominated for Best Picture that it did, beat out were The Alamo, Elmer Gantry, Sons and Lovers, and The Sundowners. Well, since we just kind of blew through all that, it was all very straightforward and a lot of interesting information.
We did not go on many tangents.
No, not
yet.
Give us a second. So I guess then that will just bring us to this fun little cast that was put together.
Yeah, it's a really good group of like talented, funny, straight men.
Yeah.
Who are all kind of like delightfully devious in their own weird little way and gross way. And then, God, Shirley MacLaine is just the cutest fucking thing on this planet. It's ridiculous. But Jack Lemmon.
Yeah, Jack Lemmon.
Oh, God. I mean, we talked about him in Some Like It Hot.
Of course.
I was just going through his IMDb, and all I can think is I would love to watch The Odd Couple.
The Odd Couple is one that I have seen.
I think I saw the second one.
It was a long time ago. My introduction to Jack Lemmon was Grumpy Old Men. Mm-hmm. Like I was I was 12 years old when that movie came out.
I remember when that movie came out. I would like to watch that as well because it's been since I was a kid, and I bet you it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, my parents liked it, so therefore it was played often at home.
It was wholesome enough.
It was
for your
wholesome.
Family.
It was
Yeah.
I saw JFK in middle school, like I've said before.
Still haven't seen it.
So it's been a very long time since I've seen that. I've also never seen Glengarry Glen Ross, even though I know that is.
I don't even know what that movie's about. Is it a lawyer thing? It's one of those movies that I've always known for being referenced in movies and TV shows. That's how I know it. I just know it's a piece of pop culture.
It's the one with Alec Baldwin where he's...
Is he a lawyer?
No, he's selling... He's a salesman. Oh, there's a famous line that Alec Baldwin does when he's up there in front of the guys.
Always be closing? Is that the one?
Yeah.
A, B, C, always be closing. Or something like that.
Essentially, I have seen clips. I just have never watched the entire movie.
But yeah, he was incredible. He was funny. I love his squeaky voice. I love his squeaky, high-pitched, like, vocal range when everything's fine. And then he gets really flustered and he gets really out there.
His physical comedy.
His physical comedy is brilliant in this film. And
I mean, he's always just been a very expression.
Yeah, he's very
expressional through the way he like makes his face do things, makes his hands, and he just uses his whole body to act. And, but it's the way he does it just seems so just flawless and funny and natural.
It's so natural.
Yeah.
Like you just believe 1,000% that he is this guy.
Person that.
But on the flip side of that, when this movie goes serious, because it goes serious.
Sure.
And the seriousness comes at the drop of a hat. And it is so beautifully handled, but we'll get to that. But in the moments where Jack Lemmon had to play a more angry and different version of his character, because, okay, the whole thing of this movie is basically that this guy is lending out his apartment to the higher-ups at his job so that they have somewhere to hook up with their mistresses in the city, 2 blocks from work, no less, right? Like, it is prime location for hanky panky, and he, in order to get ahead at the job, is letting executives go to Pound Town in his apartment. Because all these people are coming and going, all these women are coming and going from the apartment. All of his neighbors think that it's him, right? That he's the Lothario, that he's the one that's just having girl after girl every single night, when it's not at all. But in the moments where he makes people believe that that's his character, it's so believable in how dark he gets. Like the way his voice changes and just the way that like he sort of submits himself to this lie about his own good reputation. And he leans into it because he knows that that's what's best for XYZ reasons. Although, honestly, I don't think it's what's best for X, Y, and Z reasons. Doesn't matter. All of this to say he's a great actor. And he's very cute. What a joy of a person to have. We lost him in 2001. Yeah. So it's been a hot minute. But, God, he worked right up to the almost bitter end. Like, that guy was always making movies.
He, even in death, he has to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
His gravestone simply reads Jack Lemmon in. And that's it. That's all it says. So, just a comedian and actor, lover
extraordinaire
to the end and beyond.
Yeah, he was one of the greats, and I would like to see a resurgence in love for him. I guess I'm glad that people will always love him, even if it is just astute film nerds.
Yeah.
But it takes astute film nerds to create more astute film nerds. So, show people old movies. That's what we're trying to do.
I think Jack Lemmon's just one of those who's, if you're already like into comedy, you'll probably eventually, you're going to know.
You're going to bump into him eventually.
Go back far enough. And,
somebody's going to say, watch The Odd Couple.
Or their favorite comedian will say, I grew up watching Jack Lemmon movies. And, you go back to Jack Lemmon, he's like, I grew up watching
Buster Keaton.
I was going to say
Chaplin.
I'm just watching this AFI honorary award show for Eddie Murphy. And everybody's, of course, just giving him all his accolades. But then you think about where Eddie Murphy started off and what year it was and what movies looked like back then and how he really did.
Oh, he absolutely revolutionized Hollywood. He brought forth so much for Hollywood.
Yeah.
Not just in for comedy, but for change, for all sorts of things. So he's Eddie fucking Murphy. Like, he changed the game. But game changers are influenced by other game changers. All the way down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jack Lemmon will be remembered forever, of course. It's just such a joy to watch him just do his thing, right? Like, it's such a joy to appreciate it. I think for me, too, like, growing up, he was just that funny old guy, right? Like, I was a kid, and my dad would be like, oh, let's watch Grumpy Old Men. And I'd be like, okay, because it's funny.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan of comedy. But, like, growing up and then getting to go back and really watch his stuff and really get to know his stuff.
Especially when he's younger and as he got older. I mean, it all depends on the writing, but
yeah, it's true.
Improv is always just something that you can't repeat.
Yeah.
Which is why the idea of them making a Gene Wilder biopic seems impossible, because you can't repeat the things that unless you're just going to do, we're just going to mirror everything he did. And then it's like, well, why?
Yeah,
what's
that's the point. And maybe that's why I don't like the idea of that Anthony Bourdain movie. It doesn't feel authentic. It feels like it's stealing Anthony Bourdain's story, even though it is Anthony Bourdain's story. It feels like a knockoff version of his story. It makes me feel gross. And the Anthony Bourdain that I knew and loved, I think, would also be kind of weirded out by it. I just think it's weird. It's weird, and I don't really like the idea of it.
I wanted to note that the Hays Code went till 1968.
Dang.
But it wasn't as strictly enforced as it was in the 50s. Once you got into the 60s, they loosened up a little bit. They weren't as strict. There was already talk in the Supreme Court about film being freedom of speech, essentially, which then it wasn't, in 1968. They replaced the code with the MPAA.
Gotcha.
For the kids. Next, we've got Shirley MacLaine.
Oh, Shirley MacLaine. She's so goddamn cute in this movie.
She's
just
all around just she's
adorable little bean.
She was very pretty when she was young. She is still very attractive older woman.
But I mean, like, she was just such a cute little pixie she's like a manic pixie daydream girl before
that.
Before that was a thing. Like, with her little
she led the way.
haircut
Yeah,
and her just like little face. Like, oh, I loved her.
I know my parents watched Terms of Endearment.
Never seen it.
And I remember there's certain lines and music from that movie that when I hear it, at first I'm like, what's that from? And why can't I remember? And then, dig into it and it's like, oh yeah, Terms of Endearment. But that, like, I believe those memories of it are from the 80s.
Yeah.
And that's a weird memory to have. And because
That
I never
goes back
watched
that
it
far.
again.
Yeah.
It's only been like clips or looking up music later and being like, oh, it's from Terms of Endearment.
So I've never seen Terms of Endearment, and I think I've seen Steel Magnolias, but only in part.
Steel Magnolias is such a good movie.
And the other day, my sweet friend Lily was like, I watched Steel Magnolias the other night, and it was amazing. And I was like, oh my God, you're fucking old ass lady, even though she's not old at all. But she just loves that stuff. And for me, that was always like a mom movie, but like my mom movie. That's my mom's movie, is Steel Magnolias. That is an 80s mom movie.
It is.
It's Steel Magnolias, and I just can't get past it.
But the cast is, I mean, Shirley MacLaine, Sally McField,
Shirley MacLaine, Sally McField, Julia McRoberts.
No, Shirley MacLaine, Sally Field, Dolly Parton, Daryl Hannah.
Dolly McParton.
Julia Roberts. Then you get your, like, Tom Skerritt and Dylan McDermott.
Oh, fuck. Those two men are pretty fucking hot. She was in Bean there.
Yeah.
And
I still haven't seen that movie since college.
I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, too. Probably since, like late teens. Maybe that should be on our next podcast. That is another...
Especially because we...
talk about Peter Sellers a lot, and he's in the beginning of our...
his voice is in the beginning of our intro.
No, Being There is a beautiful film that's existential and very human. It would be a lot of fun to watch it in my 40s. Having learned what I've learned of life, I would really like to see that world again. So yeah, I think that should be in season 3 or season 2.2 or whatever the next round is.
Start making a list for season 3 of all these movies we keep saying we need to add. There's too many movies.
I started laughing at Guarding Tess, which is a movie she did with Nicolas Cage. Yeah, a former first lady wants a particular Secret Service agent to head her bodyguard detail, even though he can't stand her. I don't know what this movie fully is about, but I would love to rewatch it. The cast is fairly solid, too, and I just think it would be really fun to, like, in 1992, they came out with this really weird little movie. Let's watch it.
Or the first lady. That's even... we're going to have a relationship while I protect you.
The one thing that I remember about Sally Fields a lot as a kid was people making fun of her because she said that she believed in reincarnation. Like, people really went to town with the idea that's
pretty harsh considering what some people believe and never get
right. Like,
heckled for.
I guess we're a little more discerning now, but it just seems
very little more,
very, very little
in the overall picture. But I get what you mean. Somebody coming out now and saying that they believe in reincarnation may not get as.
No, I mean, I think people would make a few Shirley MacLaine jokes. If
they're going to post it on Instagram, then you're just asking for shit. But I don't know if it's.
I mean, like, after like fucking Kabbalah and Scientology and whatever the fuck that terrible church is that Chris Pratt and Justin Bieber go to, like, there's a lot worse like ideals out there that we don't make fun of people for anymore. But they really went hard. I mean, like, I think there's at least one, maybe two, but there's at least one Far Side comic that references, and I swear I'm pulling this out of my memory. Of course. I think it is these two lizards on a rock, and one of them says, "In a past life, I think I was Shirley MacLaine," or something to that. But I'm pretty sure that's what the strip was, and the fact that I can remember that is insane. She was mocked heavily for that, and it seemed unfair then, and it seems just doubly unfair now. That, like, who cares?
If you remember what year that was, I could probably look it up over there.
I can't tell you what year it is.
Far Side book.
But I bet you if you Googled Far Side Shirley MacLaine, hold on, I'm on it. Found it. I found it.
Of course you
I
did.
found it. I can't bring up a clear picture of it, but sure enough, it's two lizards sitting on a rock. And the caption is, there it is again, a feeling that in a past life I was someone named Shirley MacLaine. I remembered that.
That is such a specific joke. Like, you have to know.
You have to know. And I mean, again, in the... Well, 87. This came out in 87. So in 1987, it was a fairly popular joke for it to have become a Far Side. And then for me to have read that at some point in my childhood. Because it came out when I was 3. So yeah, within the next few years, I was reading The Far Side, which is true, honestly. Like, I learned to read off The Far Side and Calvin and Hobbes, which explains so much. But yeah, that is something that I remember about Shirley MacLaine. My memory is... an insane place.
I don't know how.
And you know what? None of that came up until I started talking about it. I'm impressive.
Where were we?
Fred McMurray.
I'm gonna run to you.
That's what I said. I said, you.
Scotty Walsh saying, woohoo.
Was not the initial choice to play Sheldrake?
Sheldrake, yeah.
Sheldrake.
Jeff Sheldrake.
Paul Douglas was the actor who was originally going to play Sheldrake, and when I pulled up a picture of him, he looks pretty much just like
Fred McMurray.
Fred McMurray. Unfortunately, Paul Douglas died of a heart attack, like very suddenly and immediately, as heart attacks do.
Yeah.
Fred McMurray was also in Double Indemnity, so he did another
Billy Wilder
movie. The main reason that I know Fred McMurray is because he was the father in the Shaggy Dog movie.
He was also the original professor in The Nutty Professor.
In The Nutty Professor, yeah.
First of all, Fred McMurray, hot. Like, he's got that old-timey, like, man face, like that very broad man face and broad man body from the 50s. That was like the ideal look was this, like, broad box of a man, right?
Okay.
And he's got a deep voice, and it just feels like he could just take you into his arms and make you the kind of woman you need to be. But at the same time, I'm really glad I didn't live back then because Jesus Christ, I'm glad I did not live. You could not pay me to want to go back in time to the late 50s, early 60s as a woman. No, thank you. But that being said, hot, very hot.
Hot, but don't touch me.
No, he could touch me. Because I would give him consent. And he would take me into his arms. And he would kiss me in that strong way that a woman needs kissing back then. And then we'd have very bland sex. Because I'm assuming that's all he knew how to do.
Oh, man.
But that being said, the guy was a hottie.
So
it makes sense. He was known for being a kind, sweet, romantic, goofy sort of character. But in Double Indemnity, it's so hard to say.
that's what I was saying earlier.
He played kind of a scoundrel character, and in this movie he plays a bit of a scoundrel, and he got hate for that. He got flack. Like, he would get letters from people.
Well, he's always the good guy. He's always
the
like
good guy. The kind
nice
guy,
dad.
the nice guy.
Or
the dad. You know, he wasn't the scoundrel who was fucking over sweet, cute little Shirley MacLaine. But I also get why she fell for it.
Well, he was also famous for being in My Three Sons. I mean, that was where he plays the father figure of a family.
He was wholesome. And Billy Wilder made him a little less wholesome.
And people weren't, of course.
They didn't really like that.
Well, I wouldn't blame him. Yeah. I mean, when you grow up watching an actor in a certain role where they're always
I get it.
kind, and then when you see them not being kind, it's just like, oh.
It was like learning that Bob Saget was such a filthy comedian.
A filthy comedian, yeah.
When you, like for most, like, millennials to learn that, you go, oh.
You mean he wasn't the kind guy from Full House or...
How naughty are we talking?
America's Funniest Video?
Wow. And
yeah, just listen to his joke from the Aristocats. Or Aristocrats.
The Aristocrats?
Not the Cats. That's a whole nother movie. Something funny about the movie The Shaggy Dog that I
feel like I saw it as a kid, but it didn't register. Like one of those, like, I was a kid and it was an older movie and I was like, meh about it. I would watch like old westerns and old comedies with my dad, but when it came to older movies for children,
Like the live action Disney stuff.
Like the live action Disney stuff, I was always like, this is so fucking stupid. It's so much better now.
And some of it is. I mean, you got Shaggy Dog and Flubber and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang
And you know what? James Ortiz did personally tell a friend of mine recently that they should watch Pollyanna. Rocky from Project Hail Mary told my friend to watch Pollyanna. So I think I need to watch Pollyanna soon because Rocky told us to.
So a couple of actors from Shaggy Dog, other than Fred McMurray, who plays the father, are his two sons.
Yeah.
Wilby and Moochie.
Okay.
Short for, or nickname for Montgomery.
Montgomery.
They were played by Tommy Kirk and Kevin Corcoran.
Okay.
And I think this was one of those examples of two actors who were just under Disney contract.
Yeah.
Because they play brothers together in like 3 films.
Oh, yeah, I remember you told me about this.
They were in Shaggy Dog together. They were in Old Yeller together as brothers, and they were in Swiss Family Robinson as brothers. All Disney films, all
Swiss Family Robinson to my core.
And it's just funny because they're just always in those 3 movies. And I don't know if there's more movies that they're brothers in, but
McMurray, how are you? Well, good.
Not so bad.
Well, I'm not
good.
Well, good.
Not good. And you?
Look, I'm getting real sick.
We can do.
McMurray, how are you? Well, McMurray, how are you now? McMurray, how are you? Oh, not so bad.
It's every time.
The rest of the movie is filled with really delightful character actors. I do want to point out Ray Walston, who plays Joe Dobsick. He's one of the other execs he's one of the many execs that's
he reminds me, the two execs, the two
main ones.
I think it was Joe and Al.
Yeah, Joe and Al.
They remind me so much of
Sattler and Wardolph.
Yeah. From
1000%.
Trading Places.
No! I was thinking of the Muppets.
Oh, the Muppets. Yeah,
yes.
You're right.
But no, you were talking about the two brothers, Don Amici and the other guy who I don't remember. But Ray Walston, I know him mainly because he is Mr. Hand in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And I have long advocated for Fast Times at Ridgemont High being on this podcast. Not only is it a spectacular cast of young actors who go on to do incredible things, but it is also a formative movie for my teenagehood, even though it was more of a formidable movie for an older generation, right? It was an 80s teenage film, so it is inappropriate and terrible and awful in a lot of ways, but it's also really great in a lot of ways. He plays Mr. Hand, one of the most memorable characters, and can we please watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High for the podcast? I love that movie so much. He was in a ton of things. Addams Family and Later Worlds, he did a bunch of movies back in the time, but it was really funny to see him. And then David Lewis, who played his partner Al, is another old character actor. He was in Batman 66 and also in the Absent-Minded Professor. He was in General Hospital for years. It's just these couple great character guys just doing really, really funny stuff in this movie. And the actor that was nominated for the other Oscar was Jack Kruschen,
who played Dr. Dreyfus.
Yes,
yeah.
And the Doctor has such a small part, but it is such a good part. He is so wonderful in it.
He is. I could see why he got nominated.
Oh, absolutely.
He was bringing a whole nother type of
layer
energy and
energy,
layer. Layer's a good word to the movie, especially when things were getting a little serious.
In the grim scenes when he's there, he's commanding them in a really, really incredible way.
Yeah, he took charge, and type of acting that you don't always get in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
So since I had never seen this movie before, I also had no idea what it was about.
Yes.
Other than possibly an apartment.
That is the title of the movie. So it gives you a little sense of what the movie is about.
But I was like, man, what could this movie be about? If it's called The Apartment, then it's really got to be focusing on an apartment.
Yes.
I was like, no joking.
What an apartment.
I was just like, is it going to be murder?
Who said anything about murder?
I was wondering if it was going to be a movie like Rear Window, where it's just the apartment the entire time, and he's witnessing something, or maybe it's like a really fancy apartment, or like there's something magical about this apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was Billy Wilder plus Jack Lemmon plus a movie called An Apartment. It's like there's something that I'm not quite guessing.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that it was about him pimping out his apartment to his higher up management.
Yeah. Just so that he could
himself get up higher up into management.
As men, okay, so first of all, every man in this movie is a red flag, including Buddy, Jack Lemmon's character.
Yeah.
Buddy just happens to be the least of the red flags.
He's the least red flags, but still little like, oh boy.
He was as much.
You're walking on
he was
thin
as
ice,
much
buddy.
of a slight feminist as a man could have been back in 1959 when this movie takes place. He was.
You know what?
He
for
had
that time,
awareness of women as
he
people.
didn't take advantage of.
No,
Fran.
he didn't. He didn't take advantage of her. He respected her. He never showed her any there. There are very few times. I mean, he came on to her plenty, but it was never creepy. It was never unwanted. It was never anything short of just like charming and goofy. Whereas all the other guys were so disgusting about her. Like, again, you could not get me into that world. There's nothing romantic about that lifestyle. Outfits, banging, yes, forever. Music, that's fine. Entertainment, we took what we could get. But like the way that women,
white music from that time was not great.
No,
but there was some other music that
there was
all over the world that was better.
I just like 1950s American. Being a 1950s American woman was nothing short of hell, and I am so glad that I wasn't there for any of it.
Yeah, I mean
that I know of. I could have been Shirley MacLaine.
And we saw, the was it the head boss who. Or was it different? I think it was a different guy. I don't know if it was Joe or Al. Maybe smacked Fran on her butt.
Oh yeah.
Or was
it was Joe and or Al.
Yeah, it was one of them.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Joe.
And she's just the elevator girl, right?
Yeah.
She's just the girl that takes people up and down the elevator, and she's constantly sexually harassed all day, every day at her job. And the whole office, like all the older men in the office are like, "Oh, who's boning her? Who's got her?" Like they're desperate to find out who she's with. And then of course it turns out she's with Sheldrake, like the head guy, the big boss, the CEO. Because you want to think that she's not like those types of girls.
Well, and at the same time, you're finding out how much Baxter is falling for her as well.
I do appreciate that they introduced Buddy and Fran's like friendship and his respect for her. I mean, she points out like, you're the only guy that takes his hat off in the elevator, and you're always so polite to me.
Yeah,
that's something that comes out very early on, is that he's got a deep respect for her and quite the crush.
Yeah,
and it's really
he's not
sweet.
a dirtbag.
Yeah. Oh, it's much of a dirtbag. There are moments.
Sure.
He has moments. But
for 1960, not that big of a dirtbag.
And so the whole thing about this, right, like the apartment itself is a bit of a character, right? It's this beautiful,
I was going to say, this
one-bedroom apartment, just stunning.
The apartment is a character.
Here's the thing about the apartment. First of all, although at the time they were more or less useless, that apartment has 2 authentic Tiffany lamps that would together go for at least $80,000 these days. Oh yeah, I've got some facts for you.
Now, how much did they pay for them to be in the movie?
Nothing. They found them at a thrift shop.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. That's just it. Back then, there wasn't any paying to be in the movie. It was just, we've got this apartment. We want to make it look cool, fill it with stuff. There is artwork on the walls.
Well, I'm sure they had like a props department.
Well, yeah, they had a props department, of course. But it was, they probably had those Tiffany lamps and they just threw them in there. But at the time, Tiffany lamps weren't anything special.
No.
And nowadays, right? He had artwork in there that was classy and above its time. There is an Ella Fitzgerald record that is prominently displayed for a very long scene. He was hip, and he had this incredible apartment that he didn't realize was filled with treasure. While 51st West 67th Street, there is no apartment there exactly. There is apparently, and this is according to Zillow, an apartment at 51st East 67th Street in New York. At the time, I think he said he was paying $85 a month for his apartment.
Yeah.
Currently.
God, don't tell me.
Now, to be fair, this apartment is 7 bedrooms and 6 baths, so it's a big one, but it is still $63,000 a month.
$63,000 a month.
And it is worth over almost $10 million. It is not on market, but it is worth almost $10 million.
Well, property value went up a little.
And
It's not
inflation
just
too.
Well,
yeah.
yes, inflation went up.
There's plenty. You could go online and you can find out exactly what he made today versus then, and yada yada. But like, he was living in a very nice apartment.
He was making $94.70 per week, and rent was $80 a month. So, in 1 week, he's made his rent, and then has 3 weeks for other things, and not giving up.
Must be fucking nice.
Half your.
Must be
nice to be able to make your rent in a week.
But so, the other gist of it is that all these women are coming in and out of his apartment, and so his neighbor, the good doctor, and his wife think that Buddy is this like sleazeball womanizer when he's not at all, and he lets them believe that. I'm sure it's for the shame, right? And he's hiding the secrets of his of the higher ups, right? All the in charge white guys that he's dealing to, like, he's keeping their secrets too. But at a certain point, he really should have just been like, you know what? Fuck this. It hasn't been me. I've been letting people use the apartment. I've been letting friends stay at the apartment, but it wasn't. I'm not the one doing this.
I wonder
but
if
he
there's,
really sticks with it till the
well,
bitter
I wonder
end.
if there, back then, if there was going to be some sort of, they'd see him differently because he's letting people use his apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, what would be worse? Them thinking you're doing it all or you're sharing your apartment? And then would they tell on you that you're sharing your apartment?
Yeah, right.
Because that
like,
also might
really...
break your lease. I don't know how.
I mean, they're just in there for the night, but they are being noisy.
I mean...
But especially, okay, so...
Is it borderline prostitution? Because, I mean, it's
no,
too...
he is getting something out of it, but he's not getting cash.
The people are sleeping with their not wives.
Yeah, but it is consensual.
Well, so is prostitution in certain circumstances.
Yeah, but he's not getting paid for the use of his apartment. He does eventually.
He is receiving
get
something out of it.
He is receiving something for it,
which
but
is
it's
gonna
not
get him more money.
Direct cash payments.
Sure.
So
I
it's
don't know.
pimping, but it's not prostitution.
There's some like asterisks on this.
There's a lot of asterisks on this movie. Fran has been seeing Sheldrake, who sucks, and he's like, I'm gonna leave my wife for you. No, she's not, or no, he's not. I'm gonna.
When you
I'm
find
gonna
out
change
this
for
is
you.
a whole line that he uses on all the women.
On all the women.
And finding out that through a phone call.
Sheldrake's secretary is like
the hero.
Girl's girl, like, yes, bitch. Like, that's
the
the feminism of this movie is in its women. But of course it wasn't going to be in the men back then. But the fact that, the secretary's like, well, I used to be you. And then I've had to watch girls become you until you. Like, this isn't going to be the end. So she goes to the apartment, who she does not know that it belongs to. Fran does not know that it belongs to Buddy. She goes to the apartment. She takes a bunch of sleeping pills. The jokes, this movie is a comedy, so the jokes leading up to it are really, really good. And then you get smacked in the face with the seriousness of this attempted suicide scene. And it is played and rehearsed so beautifully. It is done with such seriousness to the matter at hand, while still having a few moments of levity, but not a lot. There were certain line reads from the doctor that read kind of goofy, but in the way that I think he was using it to get Buddy to do what he needed him to do, right? And it's played so well. There's no music underlying it. It is all just the noises in the room and what's going on, and the doctor trying to wake Fran up. He's got to pump her stomach in the bathtub. You hear all of it. It's really good and really deep for a movie of that time. And it locks you in. The seriousness of that scene just sucks you right in. And it obviously it alters the course of the story. It is just done in such a profoundly incredible way. And it definitely was deserving of the Oscars, both the nominations and the wins, because goddamn, a movie took that on and did it so well in 1960.
Billy Wilder really liked his actors to stay on script, especially because he was the one writing those scripts. So, of course, you're like, please just read what's on the paper. But, of course, he allowed Jack Lemmon to improvise two scenes. One was the nasal spray that he puts up his nose.
The nasal spray is so funny.
When it squirts across, that was...
Sheldrake.
Yeah, that was Jack, of course.
Oh, Jack.
And then...
Jack.
is when he's singing in the kitchen, cooking spaghetti, and strains
He uses the tennis racket.
tennis racket as a strainer.
You know what? Okay. So I read on IMDb, our beloved Internet Movie Database. IMDb. They just had a Spalding tennis racket and just used it in that movie. But because it was used in the movie, it started to be gobbled up. People started to buy it because it had been used in the movie. And that was one of the sparks that created companies, because the company didn't pay to have it in their movie.
Sure.
But then because of the money that they made off of
this birthed more companies.
This birthed companies.
Hey, can you put our product in your movie?
Putting product placement.
Wow.
Sorry.
This movie birthed product placement, which has ruined movies.
Which has ruined movies. So, sorry? God damn you, The Apartment? I mean, thank you, but god damn you.
When Jack Lemmon is supposed to be he was supposed to mime being punched.
Yes.
He didn't move away from the punch correctly, so he actually went down.
Yeah, I got hit in the face.
Got knocked down. And then
I love Fran's brother-in-law. What a cute, stocky little guy he was. He was just like this little angry pocket 50s man. Just me. And all denim. Oh, I loved him.
He was like, straight out of Grease, or
he was straight out of Grease.
Like he just came off the set of a different movie,
Yes.
and it was just like, I'm just here to show that I've got muscle.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I'm a tough guy. See, that was pretty funny.
By the way, speaking of tough guys, if you're not fucking watching Spider Noir,
oh my god,
go watch Spider Noir.
We're gonna after this podcast is done, we've already talked about we're getting lunch.
Yeah.
And watching Spider Noir.
Yeah, I can't, we're taking an episode a day, and I'm glad we are.
This weekend is all about.
But this weekend is finishing it, and it's so fucking good. But watch it in black and white, because what are you doing otherwise?
Oh man, oh yeah, it's so good in black and white.
Actually, the funny thing about that is that this particular weekend, you and I watched a lot of stuff in black and white. We watched The Apartment. We started Spider Noir. You watched Sunset Boulevard.
I did.
I separately the next day watched something in black and white, but I don't remember what it was exactly. But yeah, like you and I just...
Yeah, sometimes you get in the mood, you watch one movie and you're just like, this week I'm just going to turn on this other film that's...
Black and white film is so beautifully shot. Yeah. Every single one. I mean, not every single one. But like there are so many great black and white films, and there's so many great classic films.
Especially the ones when the directors and when the cinematographer knew exactly what clothes...
Yeah.
What colors people wore specific colors, specific
them to make
paint for the
makeup
sets.
Was green and bright pink.
Yeah, because there's different shades of gray that still show up on film and add so much dimension to the film.
And so they were created in such incredible ways.
Yeah,
and like truly, it's a great medium. And I know that we've already gotten a couple people out there that are watching the movies along with the show. So they're kind of revisiting or discovering some of these movies for the first time. And I'm really, really happy because this is such a well-made film and I want more people to know about it. And it just really does.
I mean, that's the goal of every movie we
that's true.
Like, not that we're picking like unknowns that nobody's ever seen.
Yeah, we're not going
we're just trying
obscure.
To get these underdog films from the light of day so that but films that we've been interested in watching and have finally watched them, or ones we've seen from our past that were like, I would love to talk about this. And or when you're just celebrating a holiday like Independence Day and want to watch a fun, trashy sci-fi action film.
Like Independence Day.
And I can't wait.
I'm actually really excited too. I need some like feel-good 90s patriotism back in my life. I need a real solid dose of like 90s patriotism.
Yeah, get some Michael Bay and Roland Emmerich in your life, especially from the 90s. And you'll be saluting the American flag in slow motion in no time. Oh, beautiful. So Maggie, what would you give The Apartment out of 5 stars?
This is such a good movie. It's so perfectly Billy Wilder. And by the way, we've not although we've talked a lot about it, there's still a lot more to this film that I think we're leaving to our listeners to discover, which I'm glad for. Right? There's a lot of plot points that we haven't necessarily brought up.
Yeah, I didn't want to hit
referenced.
like a lot of the stuff that happened. I mean, we did talk about her.
Yeah, but I mean, post that, we haven't told much about the second half of the film and what happens. And that is really something to discover and fall in love with the second half of this film, because it becomes just this really incredible romance in a very unique way. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I don't think I have any reason to give it 4.5. I love the acting in it. It's superb. The writing and direction are incredible. The cinematography is gorgeous. The humor, the seriousness of it, all properly on point. I loved that the story was so suggestive for its time. I just, this is one of those great little films. It's 2 hours. It's proper film length. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon sort of film where you watch it and you just get sucked into this incredible story for a couple hours and you're left better off. Highly recommend it. Love it to bits. Will continue to sing its praises now that I've revisited. I give it 5 stars. You?
I'm up there with you.
I know, right? Like it's like, does it not deserve it? What doesn't it deserve?
I don't know. What is a 5-star film compared to a 4.5-star film?
It's all subjective.
It is.
A 5-star film to a 5-star film is also a subjective
I'm
argument.
sure there are people out there who would argue that Sunset Boulevard is a 5-star film.
Yes.
But, I mean, it's got...
I mean, that's one of those, these are one of the classic movies you need to have seen if you want to call yourself a film nerd.
Got a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. And
you watched it. And by the way, he watched it without me. I came home from an afternoon out with friends, and he was already halfway through it, and I couldn't be like, oh, okay, well, can you restart over? No. So I just had to go into my phone.
It's available to watch at any time.
I'm sure it is, but I always just thought that was something you and I would sit down and do together.
You got to make me a list of movies that I can't watch without you.
The list is too long.
My whole point of this being, I liked The Apartment more than Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
Sunset Boulevard is a great movie, and it was shot so well, and there's key moments in it that are iconic.
Mm-hmm. Face down in a swimming pool.
That one, and so many more. But
he's killed more men than Cecil B. DeMille.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Mr. DeMille, who I didn't know was actually in the movie, and he does show up.
Martin Scorsese's entered his acting era, so...
Yeah.
What do you want?
No, it's great, and he actually did
thanks the studio.
I was actually impressed with how well DeMille acted.
Mm-hmm.
Big tangent. Point being, I like The Apartment more.
Okay.
I'm going to give The Apartment 4.5 stars.
Oh, how is it not getting 5? How?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh God, you son of a bitch.
I really wanted to see. No, I would give Sunset Boulevard 4.5 stars, and this one 5, because this movie has so many Jack Lemmon being Jack Lemmon, but then you have just the way he feels about this girl, that he's not like he's not like a popular guy. He's very kind of meek, and
oh my God,
like this is him having this apartment is like the only thing that's going right for him, because he's not going to ask her out on his own.
Although he does.
He's not going to just ask for the promotion.
Yeah.
Out of,
Yeah.
The apartment is his only
asset
that he has, and it's his only way to get higher in the world, his job, and to also, and not that he planned to meet her through the apartment, but situation worked out that way. And then after her attempted suicide, which you don't get those kind of stories in this.
No, not in that era.
This era,
yeah.
And so the fact that they do it very well, and they don't, I'm sure it helps that you only hear things, or things are just being talked about, but of course never shown. And then the cinematography, the opening shot of it, like going down to his little cubicle amongst all the others.
Not even a cubicle, he's just
a desk next to another desk.
By the way, as the camera that's all practical in one shot.
Yeah.
So the further back you get children dressed as adults, and even further, they just had puppets. on strings.
Yeah, I heard there was a forced perspective
Yes.
thing that they did for that shot.
Yeah.
Which was
Just beautiful.
I love that kind of. I love forced perspective trickery. There's this famous shot in this 1928 film called The Crowd, where it's this big long crane shot, but it's over. You just see a grid of all these desks, and the camera just glides to this random desk like out in the, and just that single take. I don't know how they did it back then, because I don't think they had a crane that could go.
I mean, they had a string and a camera. They figured it out
but
somehow.
it's at like a downward. You're starting at like the ceiling height, and you're coming down towards the person at the desk to his level. So it's at a diagonal shot. But
anyways,
all of that to say, I like the look of it. I don't necessarily remember the music. There might have been a theme that.
Yeah, I think about like the music that. Well, there was the guy from the Chinese restaurant, like the sort of like somewhat a tropical sound.
Yeah.
And there was like the TV being on the TV. The fact that they showed the TV on screen and what was on screen the TV, so that whatever special effect they've used, and I know the corridor digital guys know exactly what I'm talking about, where you project like a moving image on a still scene, right? And that was fun. The fact that, oh my God, the whole bit with the TV is so fucking funny. It's so funny. And what a surprise for 1960, but also like there were so many hidden gems from the past.
But not a surprise coming from Billy Wilder or Jack Lemmon.
What do you prefer, The Apartment or Some Like It Hot?
That's a hard one, because Some Like It Hot is a straight up comedy, and this is not. Even though Jack Lemmon is. It's a dramedy.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then that is fair. I mean, like, Some Like It Hot is a pure screwball delight. Like everything goes right. Everything's perfect. Everything's stupid.
It all depends on mood. Like, right now,
yeah,
I would rather watch Some Like It Hot because it's fun and upbeat, silly. You're in for a great time. The Apartment, the drama parts of it are very drama.
You know what it is? Some Like It Hot is a Saturday, like early afternoon film when you put something on to laugh and enjoy and relax to. Yeah. The Apartment's your
weekday night where you can go out and watch a more serious film.
I was going to say a Sunday afternoon film, like a dreary Sunday afternoon film, right?
Yeah, not that you have to be in a bad mood,
but still,
or it doesn't. I don't know. It's all how you feel.
Do
you want to watch a comedy or do you want to watch a drama? And
dramedy.
Okay.
It's a very funny movie.
No, it is a
very funny movie. It just has a very serious. It is a comedy movie with a little bit of drama. It's not a drama with a little bit of comedy. It is a comedy with a little bit of well done drama. Like it's 80-20, but I also don't think I could pick between the two. You're right. It depends entirely on the mood, and also whether or not you want to watch Tony Curtis be Tony Curtis. I don't know. Like, do you want just Jack Lemmon on his own? Do you want Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis?
True. Having Jack Lemmon on his own is a lot of fun because he's all
Walter, you need.
No, not Walter.
Walter Matthau. Eventually,
Walter Matthau
does a lot of shit with.
There's a lot of fun with him as well, as opposed to Tony Curtis, who, after a while, his
character gets a little annoying.
His yacht
guy.
Yeah,
yacht guy kind of sucks a little bit. Yacht guy's a little gross.
That accent is just so over the top.
Say, Dara, we've gone off on an awful long tangent.
So, Maggie.
Yes, honey.
I have 2 questions for you.
Why couldn't you just let me get on that train? What the fuck difference does it make to you?
You don't get to walk away from this.
Jesus Christ, Walker. You don't get to fucking backpedal. Not after what you've done.
I ain't gonna run no more.
I'm proud of you. You could do the time for both of us.
I have no idea what that's from.
I figured you wouldn't. That is Tom Hardy and...
that Netflix movie that came out.
Havoc.
Yes.
Came out last year.
I was curious about it. I heard that his little bits were the best little bits of it, and that otherwise it was somewhat terrible.
Not a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Of course.
Of course I did.
Yeah, those are the types of roles. I love Timothy Olyphant. I do very much. So cute, so adorable. Love his acting. Great all around. There are definitely some of his parts that I could just watch on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
Like I will sit down and I will watch Cobb Vanth forever and ever, amen. and every single edit and everything in between. And then I will happily Google whatever that character was. I do remember he looked hot as fuck in it, though. I do have some pictures saved on my phone.
He plays, if you want to get a role, a different kind of role for him.
Yeah.
He plays a bad cop.
I'm still a cop. I mean, God, can that man hold a gun? It is interesting that for a sort of comedy rom-com, you picked that as opposed to like something that he would have done that was somewhat more romantic and tonally appropriate.
Oh no, I go all over the place sometimes with these clips.
You
compared
really do, yeah. It's only on special
sometimes.
occasions, yeah. Like last week with Jackie Brown and Justified, since they share a creator.
They do. So that seemed appropriate.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, he's just so cute.
I can't.
Who am I?
Just because you want him to say romantic things.
I do want him to say romantic things. He yet another example of why was this man not in more rom-coms? They tried with him and Jennifer Garner in that Kevin Smith movie. It wasn't even a Kevin Smith movie. It was Catch and Release. It's terrible. Terrible. I watched it not too long ago, but it's really cute and it's really sweet. But
they did more of a comedy. He did more of a comedy for like Santa Clarita Diet.
Yes, yeah, he was very funny in Santa Clarita Diet. Him and Drew Barrymore were great together.
Yeah, I thought they had chemistry.
Yeah,
and so that was.
But I mean, I'm talking about like rom-coms.
I know.
Like, give me Timothy Olyphant in a screwball rom-com. Give me Timothy Olyphant in The Apartment.
I think you mean just give me Timothy Olyphant.
I would take that as well. Yes.
So first question: would the presence of Timothy Olyphant have made The Apartment a better film?
Of course not. It's fucking stupid. No.
It's fucking stupid.
No. Absolutely not. This movie cannot be perfected upon, especially by shoving a modern day actor into it.
You gotta pretend he's not modern.
I mean, I know he's timeless, but I'm just saying, like, he's in color, and this movie is firmly in black and white.
I'm sure there's some black and white Timothy Olyphant somewhere out there.
I mean, maybe from, like, parts of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't think he's done any other, like, black and white centric stuff. It's not exactly a popular medium these days, as much as the artist wanted it to be.
So, which character would you have had Timothy Olyphant play?
So, I mean, I'm thinking firmly in remake zone, like, because I'm not going to put him into it. I would like to have seen his take on the Buddy character. I would like to see him in a rom-com. I don't know who would have played the Shirley MacLaine character. You know, from his era, it probably would have been Jennifer Garner, God damn it. But if it had to have been somebody a little bit younger, maybe like a Mandy Moore would have been cute. Right? A Mandy Moore, Timothy Olyphant sort of version of the story. And I'm not talking like a full-on like movie remake. I'm talking like a bad CBS made-for-TV movie remake. That's good, but still kind of terrible. Or like an ABC. This is early 2000s ABC movie of the week. They present a remake of The Apartment starring Timothy Olyphant and Mandy Moore, and I would have been fucking there for it.
Mandy Moore. I
would have been there for it, but I'm not going to shove him into this perfect film from 1960.
I think it would have been funny to see him as the brother who just comes in all ready for fisticuffs.
Yeah, okay. That would have been
hot-headed and
angry.
Kind of dumb, yeah. Angry.
Just there.
Just there for a moment. Just there for a moment. Show off.
I guess a modern, sort of older, charming but smarmy Timothy Olyphant could play a good Shellbach if you wanted to say make this the Zendaya Tom Holland movie that we're all desperate for, right? Like I'm
imagining him as that character, and I'm like, because he could do that.
He could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is this week's episode of Movie Mingle on The Apartment, and we hope that you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Join us next week when we will be going back to our animation list and talking about Nimona, a wonderful queer-friendly film that came out on Netflix a while ago. And we're excited to watch it because I haven't seen it before, and I'm not sure if my husband has either. He has. I know our child is super into it, but I've yet to see it, so I'm quite excited for that. As always, you can find us on Instagram, Threads, and Letterboxd at Movie Mingle Pod. You can find us on YouTube at Movie Mingle Podcast, and you can write us any of your questions and comments and thoughts and concerns at movieminglepod at gmail.com. We love getting your letters and are really, really appreciative towards them. We're glad you're liking the show, friends. We really, truly are. This is a silly little thing that my husband and I do in our living room on very hot days And now that we're heading into the summer, we're going to have to fight our children for recording time. It's a lot, but we love doing it. And we love that we have people that care about it as well. So thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Until next time, be safe out there. Be kind to each other. And just remember, don't call me kid. Don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken mess that you've made me. You showed me colors you know I won't see with anyone else. Now go mingle. Bye! That was Taylor Swift, by the way. Illicit Affairs.
Are you an effective team?
We are an effective team.
Let them fight.
How did you just do that?
I'm a really good lawyer.
Here on Caladan, we've ruled by air power and sea power. On Arrakis, we need to cultivate desert power.
Welcome, Mr. Beach. What's that bar? I'm a little confused.
Well, we wouldn't want that, would we?
I don't want to brag, but I will. I was in the Avengers.
The Avengers?
Yeah.
That's great!
Thank you.
What is that?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Toga, 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 toga.